Feeling healthier with Freeway. We got him here right now, ladies and gentlemen, the Philadelphia legend.
Top of the week, top of the week,
man,
people.
the hip-hop icon.
Yep.
Fresh off the stage from Nicki Minaj.
Hey.
Oh, man.
Give it up for Freeway.
Shout out Sexxy Red brought me out last Friday, too, in Philly, Friday just passed.
Wait a minute, hold on.
Shout out Sexxy Red.
Yo, hold up. So you did the full spectrum. You came out on stage with Nicki Minaj.
Uh-huh.
What is it, the difference? Like, is it it's levels? Sexy Red is the new sensation. And
Yeah. Shout out to Sexy
yeah.
Red. She doing her thing, definitely. She killed it. She had it packed out. When Nicki brought me out, we was at the Wells Fargo. When Sexy Red brought me out, we was at the Lear Court Center. That's where Temple basketball play.
Okay.
She packed that joint out. They came out for it, turned up for it.
What's the difference? I know you study this game. When you look out at the crowd, how are the crowds different?
Right.
The Wells Fargo is like 2 times bigger than the Lear Court Center. But Nicki, she got a diehard fan base, and she been around for a minute. She got songs that people done live with for years. So they screaming them Jones at the top of their lungs. For Sexy Red to be a new artist and the impact that she made on hip hop is amazing. Like,
yes.
It took me a minute to be able to sell out a venue like that by myself.
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
And
So
she's
I
doing
take my hat off to her.
She talked to you.
She had Kodak Black with her too. She brought out a couple other Philly artists. She brought out Core. She brought out OT7 Quan. She brought out JT. So seeing her and JT on stage together, that was pretty
She
dope.
did it right?
Yeah.
Did she sit you down and say, hey, man, what's some game you could give me?
No, not really.
Okay, okay.
New artists, she living in her limelight. She got a lot going on. So I appreciate them reaching out to me to bring me out.
What about
Nicki? But I'm
Nicki?
pretty sure we'll chop it up.
I'm sure. Nicki, I feel like you and Nicki should have went straight to the studio.
I told Nicki I need a verse, so,
What'd she say?
She said she got me, so, we're going to make it happen, God willing.
Okay, let's get it, man. All right, Freeway is here, man. Last time you came, we kicked off the new segment. What kind of feeling healthier with Freeway? I know I got tremendous response from it.
Yeah, me too. I got a great response from it, man. It's something that's definitely needed in the community, man. And like we were saying before we went on air, it's not too many people talking about these topics on radio or period. The
day Freeway, we kicked off this segment, Freeway called me later in the day, and it was so ironic. It was just kind of beautiful, and then all of a sudden it was the storm, and you had told me on that day that a close friend of yours had passed away.
Yeah, a close friend of mine. Her name is Rashina Finnessy, and she was battling breast cancer, and I met her because her daughter had a liver transplant, and they had a fund for her daughter. And, we connected because I had a kidney transplant. And, throughout my journey, she was someone that was very knowledgeable. Like, and if you had a question about health, she could give it to you right then and there. If she didn't know the information, she would look it up. So she fought a hard battle with her daughter. And then she had a daughter. She had another daughter. And I remember she thought she had a clogged milk duct. And she went to the hospital. She's like, I just got a clogged milk duct. I'm going to the hospital. Next thing you know, she had breast cancer.
Oh.
She had to get one of her breasts removed. And she was actually in remission. Then, it came back with a vengeance. And the same day that we launched Feeling Healthier Freeway, she passed away like 3 o'clock that day.
Wow. Yeah. That's more the reason why we got to continue to do this.
It was rough, man, because like she was there. Like when my son passed away, she was there. And when me and my daughter was battling cancer, like she was there with information, like trying to help us, like and it's just very sad, man. And she, like I said, she had her daughter Asaya, then she had a brand new baby that's like 3 years old. Like, and when I was at the funeral, I'm just looking at the baby, like I know how much she loved her, and like she's never gonna see her again, like
Cancer, man. You lost your daughter to cancer.
Yeah, I lost my daughter to cancer, man. My daughter had a rare cancer called sarcoma. So nobody survived that cancer. Like, when we were talking to the doctors and everything, they was like, yeah, a couple people live like 15 years. So, we were hopeful. We were praying. We were rumbling. It came to a point where she had tumors everywhere. Like, they was in her brain. They was like in her back. Like she was such a fighter, man. Like she had to get an operation on her back because she had a tumor on her back, and they told her she wasn't gonna be able to walk again. And If y'all follow me on Instagram, y'all probably see me post a picture of her getting up and walking with a walker, and like everybody believed in her, man. And it was just like, you know. And I remember we came to a point one day. She was like, "Dad, I think the doctors is giving up on me," and that right there was like. Then it came to a point where like we knew she wasn't gonna make it. So all I could do is like prepare her for what I know Islamically and what she need to do, like, you know, to be prepared for the next life. And that right there is like one of the hardest things I had to do in my life. I was right there with her when she took her last breath. And like it went from she just started college, she just started Cabrini, and we were excited. Like she moved in, even though the college was like 30 minutes from my crib, she wanted to live on campus, so we made sure she did that. And like, you know, she had her first year of college, then COVID hit. We both caught COVID together, and she was having back issues. She kept going to one hospital, and they was telling her nothing was wrong with her. Then we took her to Penn. That's like the main hospital in Philadelphia, and that's when they diagnosed her with cancer. September of 2020. Then, you know, my son died in October of 2020. And then right after that, we was right back fighting, trying to pray for the best for her. Yeah. Like, you know.
I think she received the best in you, though, under the circumstances. I want to salute you, you know, as a father and guardian, just as a human being, all that you've endured with your kids and up until this point. I remember being on Zoom with your daughter.
Yeah, man.
Right?
Yeah, and I appreciate you, man. Like, you Uncle Sway.
Yeah, I said I'm Uncle Sway.
And not only you, though, man, a lot of people, like genuine people embraced us. Like, you know what I mean, and embrace her and really help make her feel good, man.
Well, this should be making her feel good, your son feel good, the way you're doing this, and you taking these scenarios and you're making something out of it by doing this segment. So I commend you, man, feeling healthier with Freeway.
Amen.
And I think that's the topic today is you wanted to talk about cancer, right?
Yeah, most definitely. Like so many people are affected by cancer. Like in 2024, over 2 million people will be diagnosed with cancer in the United States.
2 million?
2 million.
20 in 1 year.
In 1 year. Like, they're using these statistics. We halfway through the year, you know, so they can predict how the rest of the year is going to go. Like, you know, and it's crazy. Like, these facts are crazy.
Wow, 2 million.
An estimated 611,720 people will die from cancer in the United States this year.
How many?
611,720 people.
So what that means, too, is the reason why I'm happy you bringing this up is this cancer is something that affects us all. There's not many families that haven't been adjacent to it or dealing with it personally or dealing with somebody in their family dealing with it. And there's no classes on how to deal with it. Like what you went through right now, what you went through in the past, you can actually offer some insight to people. Maybe not the person who has cancer, but the person who's caretaking the person with cancer, friends, family, alike. And so what I want to do is open up the phone lines to people who may have a similar story, right? And you may need some insight and you may need some comfort, you know. And so, Freeway, you invited a friend of yours, a therapist, right?
Yes, sir. I got a therapist that's going to call up.
Dante Barfield?
Yeah, Dante Barfield.
Perfect.
And he's an expert therapist. And, you know, when you dealing with these things, they affect your mental health.
Yeah.
Like I told you, we just was cool. We just was happy. She just started college. Like, we were in a great space. She was an A student. Like, you know, everybody embraced her. Like, at her funeral, like, her friends from college, like, they surrounded me. And they were just telling me how good of a heart she had and how much she loved me. Like, these things affect people. Like, you know, they all were hurt. They loved her. They all was affected. We went from her had some of the happiest times in her life. She's starting college. She's getting ready to start her future. Like, she made it. She graduated high school. To now we're fighting cancer in 1 day. Like, we went to the hospital in 1 day. Everything flipped and changed.
In 1 day.
Then if you're not strong, that right there, tear a person apart. You know, like it's serious.
Yeah. I want to, man, thank you for sharing too, Freeway. I want to open up the phone lines because I know there are people who can relate to what you've gone through in their own way. You might need some information.
Yeah.
You're right. You might need some therapy. We got Dante. Yep, Dante Barfield is here. He's a certified therapist. 888-742-3345. Let us know your stories. Sway in the morning, Shade 4-5. Round of applause, man. We got Freeway up in here.
Yes, sir.
Our new segment, Feeling Healthier with Freeway. We do it once a month. He's a resident. This is a resident right here. Freeway.
Love it.
You don't even ask him to kick bars, Heather.
You know I will, though.
I know that's right. So I don't have to ask. The true MC, quintessential right here. But a beautiful human being who has been constantly sharing with us a lot of trials and tribulations he's gone through in life with his kids and with his health, Heather, and with others' health as well, which isn't an easy topic, but it's something that we all have to cope with at some point or another.
Most definitely.
Right? Whether it's your grandparents, your great-parents, your auntie, cousin, sister, brother, whatever, or friend. And today we're talking about cancer, and Freeway has been very transparent about his experience with cancer, his daughter's experience as well, his friend that he lost experience as well as many others, his son's experiences with health issues as well. And so...
And me being a kidney transplant recipient, some of the medications that I take on a bottle would say can cause cancer. So, you know, when I do my yearly, I have to get checked for cancer. I got to get checked for skin cancer. I got to get butt naked, and they check everywhere, like everywhere.
Like, what do you mean, like everywhere?
Everywhere, like butt naked, everywhere.
Yeah,
wherever it's skin.
That's what they check.
That's what they check.
Wow.
You know, so.
All right. Well, I
had to get comfortable with, you know, nudity.
Right.
Because, like,
especially as a man, yeah.
Serious.
What is that process like? Do they put you through a machine or they hand check
No,
you?
they physically just like check you. Like,
yeah.
They check you.
What do they check
don't
for?
Don't be ashy. Like pigments in your skin, like any changes in your skin, like even like if I notice something with my skin, like you might get a bruise or a scar or something, but like if I notice something in my skin and it's consistent or something that's not changing, like a pigment or something, then I have to let them know and I have to come in.
Okay.
You know, so they can examine it. And whenever I'm in the sun, I got to make sure that I have sunblock on.
Yep. Head to toe.
Freeway is here. And all of this information, we got a phone panel that's lit right now because I know there's people who are listening to you that are saying, wow.
Sounds like my story.
Sounds like my story. So we're going to hear your stories. But we invited Dante Barfield, who's a therapist out of Philadelphia, to join us. He's a licensed professional counselor, MA, NCC, LPC. I don't know what those abbreviations stand for, but it sounds like that man put in a lot of work. I want to welcome him to the show. Dr. Barfield, welcome to the show.
Hey, Dr. Barfield.
Yeah, what's up? What's up? How y'all doing today?
Doing excellent, sir.
What's up, Doc?
Nah, man, I appreciate y'all bringing me in to hear, to speak about one of my favorite topics, grief and loss. You know,
man.
It's kind of what made me a therapist and what brought me here today. So just listening to Free. Just listening to you just on the line, man. My heart goes out to you.
Thank
you,
man. Thank you.
Dr. Barfield, how long you been practicing?
Man, I've been practicing, a good 8 years now. A solid 8 years. Yeah, I graduated in 2016, and I've just been grinding. I started from the bottom, and now I just operate my own practice, and I can see people like that look like myself, brown skin, beautiful individuals that not too many of us are out there that do this work. So I'm just very blessed, very, 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 very blessed.
I want to give out your information too for people to do their own vetting process. They, if they may want to talk to you, because I know some of your specialties are life transitions, depression, trauma and PTSD. Addiction, anxiety, codependency, coping skills, family conflict, grief. You specialize in all these things, right?
Yes, this is my main focus. I guess losing my mother at 6 years old from cancer definitely kind of put me on my own journey to make sure that if I'm going to help people, I wanted to focus on the one thing that I know help make me.
Sorry for your loss, man.
To the best people. Mm-hmm.
Sorry for your loss.
Man.
Yes,
okay. Sir, thank you, man. I appreciate that.
And hats off to the people that turn lemons into lemonade.
Talk about that.
On,
hats off to people.
That's what you doing.
We easily could crawl in a hole and just turn the world off, but we choose to, try to help and try to better the world, man. Hats off to the people that's like that.
Dr. Barfield, if you don't mind, Freeway has solicited a lot of callers from all over the country that are some way dealing with cancer, some form of fashion. Do you mind taking a few calls and giving them some insight based on their story?
I would love to. Yeah, man. Let's do it.
Okay, and let's give out your information for those who won't be able to reach you on these phones. How can they reach Dante Barfield?
One of the best ways, if you want to just reach out to me online, Psychology Today is a great way. That's just my main site. Anybody can just type my full name in there. I pop right on up, and you get all my information. You get my contact. You can find a way to come see me. You can send me to a friend. It's just a great link that just shows you exactly how to contact me through all sources. So just type my name in, psychologytoday.com.
Dante Barfield, Dante Barfield, Barfield. Our first caller we have on the line is Sabrina from Las Vegas. Sabrina, welcome to the show.
Hey, Sabrina.
Hi, Sabrina.
What's up, Sabrina?
Hi, thank you.
Hey, Free, this is Sabrina, man. This is your segment. Go ahead.
What's up, Sabrina? How you feeling?
I'm good. I was just listening to your story, and, it hit me right in the feels because my aunt had sarcoma, too, in her abdomen.
Oh, wow.
Back in 2019.
Mm-hmm.
And she passed in 2020, 3 days before Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
And my understanding and belief was that hers was treatable. She could have had a surgery that could have cleared the primary tumor with clear margins. But because her husband didn't think, and others didn't think, that she would survive the recovery part of the surgery, that idea was abandoned. And that was heartbreaking.
Yeah, I can imagine, because with my daughter, like she had the first surgery and it was helpful. Like I told y'all, she was able to get up and start walking again. So when she got some more tumors and things started to progress, she felt like she could just get another surgery and things would get better again. But it got to a point where it was tumors everywhere. But, we should never give up. Like, if we feel strongly about something, we should never give up. We should always try to push, because at the end of the day, God is in control.
How's your family doing now,
Absolutely.
Sabrina? And how's your family recovering from your aunt?
Well, I would say, since most of my family is older than I am, I got first cousins that are in their 60s, and I'm 32. I'm 34. I'm sorry. And so they're doing okay. But it's me I guess I get stuck in the feeling of it was treatable.
Well,
Could have been here.
and that happens. Dr. Barfield,
Yeah.
you wanna talk with Sabrina about that?
Oh yeah. Oh, Sabrina, you are sitting me down with this one thing. If you were to type it up, it would say the bargaining stage. That coulda, shoulda, woulda stage. That part of this, when you have a lot of information about maybe what you could have stopped, or we had this information beforehand. The doctors could have treated this, could have treated that. It's one of I'll say the part of grief where we like to sit in, because we can rationalize saving people's lives. The hardest part about that is there's no such thing as bargaining with death. Cancer doesn't have a solution. We have a equation of hope, and that's what we live in as those who support those who get cancer. But the one thing that we cannot control is just the power of it. And part of me is just sitting, even with you saying that it could have been prevented. And yes, you are right. You are so right. And I think just being able to validate that truth, to just know that what could have happened hasn't, and being able to live with that for the rest of your life. Knowing sometimes through this grief process can be the hardest part. When you move through this bargaining stage, because I promise you will. You let me know how it feels when you come out, okay?
Sabrina, thank you for
I will.
Thank you, Sabrina.
Sorry for your loss.
Okay.
I'm sorry for your loss, too, as well. Y'all take care.
All right, take care. All right.
Thank you, Sabrina.
All right. We have Avery on the line from Cleveland. Avery, how you doing, Avery?
Hey, Avery.
Hey, Avery. Good morning, fam. How y'all doing this morning?
Peace, Avery. How you feeling?
I'm hanging in there. Was it Kalani that answered the phone?
Kalani, yep.
Thank you again for your kindness, Kalani. I appreciate you.
What's up?
And I was just listening to y'all. And Freeway, nice talking to you. And I want to say, I'm sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
And I was telling Kalani before he put me on hold that my mother was battling cancer. I don't know exactly the technical term. I just know that I think it was her thyroid. There was like a growth on it, and when they went to remove it, they found it. Well, they found the cancer, removed most of it, but it was like pretty aggressive, and she went through all them chemo treatments and all that and whatnot. And sadly, she passed away last week.
So sorry for your loss.
Yes, all of us.
So sorry for your loss.
I want to Dr. Dante Barfield. I see we having a lot of folks, like, I don't know if we anticipated this, but it's a lot of people going through pain, right, because of the loss of a loved one through cancer. And you talked about that bargaining stage. Even for Avery, this is fresh, and we're sorry for your loss, Avery.
Thank you.
What are some tactics we could use as a community, that where we could face this on a day-to-day basis, and like you said, get past that bargaining stage? Are there steps? Are there programs people could follow?
There are steps. There are programs. I mean, the one I can just talk about, which is the easiest for me, is just, reaching out to a professional. But I just kind of want to sit with the access to anything like that and just kind of call out this show right now. This is it. Having an outlet and a safe space to talk, to feel safe, and to be heard. This isn't a common thing that we have. And what you're going through right now, this happening so soon, you need a space to be heard and just be felt. Like me, Free, and Sway we can't solve it, but what we can do, which is genuine, is feel it. And we can feel it with you. And when that happens right now, any grief, anybody who dies in a moment, you give it within a week or two, it is the most painful experience. Doing it together is the number one tactic. Finding someone, some space, the fact that you are allowing people to call in to speak about this is it. This is what we need more of. If we had more people doing stuff like this, it would be a lot better, but this is the best tactic. Number two, though, I'll say, reach out to friends, reach out to family, reach out to people who are willing to sit with you during this pain, and do not do it alone. Never, ever do this alone.
Okay. Dr. Barfield is with us.
That's so true. The day my daughter died, like, my homies just came, like, my close friends just came and just sat with me, man, and I just was able to sleep because I was, like, up for days, like, but I know I didn't want to be by myself, and, like, they just came and just comforted me, and I was just able to get some rest and know that the people that really care about me was around me. Like, when my dad died, because my dad died right in the house, my dad died from dementia, and when they came to get his body, everybody left, and I was just there by myself. Like, wow, like, my dad just died in this joint. Like, it took me a minute to even be able to be in there after that comfortably by myself. Like,
Yeah. Thank you for offering that too, Freeway. Dr. Barfield, I'm gonna take one more caller who caller actually has cancer to this day. Lonnie, what's our caller's name?
That's Angelia in Minnesota.
Okay, how you doing?
Good morning, beautiful people. How y'all doing, family?
Great. I'm glad you started the call with laughter.
Yeah.
Yes.
We needed some of that.
Yep.
We need some joy.
Some joy, baby.
Right?
I appreciate it. Y'all know this. Y'all already know I'm a regular caller. I love Sway and Tracy and Heather and Lonnie and everybody else. I love y'all so much. I thank y'all for this platform and what y'all doing. Y'all have no idea. Like the therapist said, this is exactly what we need. We need someone
where a space and place where we can actually speak. And Freeway, I just want to say thank you for coming on and being so transparent, for showing it's okay for a man to cry. It's okay for a man to get emotional. It's okay for a man to speak on life, because this is what we are all facing daily, like myself. I'm a mom of 3, and I am battling metastatic breast cancer. I was diagnosed my first time in 2014. Just had surgery. It was very similar to the young lady that passed, and I sent her and her family love and peace.
Thank you.
It was just in my ducts. So I just said, I'm going to make a decision. I'm just going to have my breast removed so I don't have to go through this again, right? Because that's what they tell you, it's a percentage. And, I'm like, okay, I was young. I'm 41 now. So 2014, just had a second child, and I was fine. I didn't have to do no treatment, no chemo, no radiation. I was free. I didn't even have to go under oncologist care. Fast forward, 2018, I'm doing my regular thing. I like to kind of stay active and, live life. I jumped in the air, and it was like somebody came up behind me and hit me with the hammer in the middle of my back. That's where it started. I went to the hospital. There was no treatment, no type of test done. In fact, I was treated like a nobody. Hey, it just looked like you may have pulled a muscle. Go ahead and just take some ibuprofen at home. We're not going to give you anything. I was in pain.
Yeah.
And I'm a person that I've had 3 children, no medicine. And so I'm just a proactive person. I thank God for that. So I went and seen someone else. They did some testing, and that's how they found my cancer. It's metastatic breast cancer that spread to the back and my bone. There's really, I believe in God. I believe in his power. But what my treatment is taking oral chemotherapy. It's a treatment of 7 days of these 3 tablets that I have to take 3 weeks in a row. Basically what that means is, I'm not a drinker at all. It's very occasion for me to have some wine or something, but you definitely can't have no alcohol during that time. I have 7 days where, like right now, I'm free. I'm not on that medication. Then I'm back on the pills. But what I want to say is, we never know why we are faced with these issues. When I was diagnosed this second time, I believe I was dying because I put my mind in that set where I felt like death. I got 3 children, Lord. Why? It's metastatic. It's spread. There's no cure. I'm going to die. I'm not going to see my son graduate. I'm not going to see my daughters graduate. I'm not going to see these life experiences with them. I'm not going to be able to live it. But it took me transitioning my mindset and speaking life over myself and believing it. Now, I'm going to tell you guys, just like I'm speaking now and every day I wake up, yes, mentally this affects us. Y'all don't understand. It's some days where I don't know. I don't feel happy, but I try to be happy. I try to be that peace to somebody, that inspiration, that motivation, because I know this is bigger than me. I understand that God gave this to me because he can trust me with it. He understood that I'm going to speak and I'm going to show people that, yes, I'm fighting something that I don't know. I don't have no control over cancer. That's another thing. Yeah. We all try to control things, but when you in this type of fight, you don't have no control. But you have to truly speak and believe.
And that's what I like about you.
Absolutely.
Speak and believe, and it shall become. Thank you for your call. You're a super citizen, okay?
A sway in the morning.
And Dr.
God bless you. Stay strong.
Dr. Barfield, how important is that mindset?
That is the most important thing ever. I mean, she said it great. You cannot control cancer, but you can control what you do every single day. And the one thing I want to let you all know, the mind is a lot more powerful than you can ever know. I can just think about something, start crying. I can think about something, start shaking. Imagine if you think about hope and faith, what you can do with any diagnosis.
Thank you. Thank you.
Always.
Dr. Barfield, give that man a big round of applause. Once again, if you want to reach him, Dante Barfield, you can go to Psychology Today.
Yes, that's it. PsychologyToday.com. Type in my name. I come right on up.
And then Jersey City, Jeff, Robert from Memphis, Eric in ATL, Avery in Cleveland again, Chuck in Iowa. I want y'all to hit up Freeway directly. on his social media and tell him your stories and have that conversation with him. Freeway, how can they reach you?
You can reach me on Instagram at Philly Freeway. You can reach me on Facebook, Philadelphia Freeway, on X, Philly Freezer.
All right. Free, I want to say thank you, man. Episode 2 is incredible. What you're doing for the community is amazing. I don't even know if you realize it, but you're reaching a lot of people right now, bro.
Thank you, man. Thanks for the platform and the opportunity, bro.
You back next
really
month, right?
Appreciate y'all. Next month, we
okay.
back.
Be on time, Free.
We active.
Okay, thank you, man.
I'm on time all the time.
Okay,
I don't do that
you be
That's true. He be early.
I'll be early.
Team early.
I can't even talk, man.
Yeah, what about you when you're sick?
And I take my hat off to you too, because the citizens might not even know, but Sway is a little under the weather. But he said, "Free, I couldn't miss this. I had to be here." So we take our hat off to you.
Thank
too,
you, brother. I appreciate that. Now this is important work, man. I'll get over mine. Trust me, Dr. Barfield. Thank you, man. Thank you.
Thank you all, man. I appreciate y'all. Thank you again.
All right, Free. Thank you again. What's
Yes,
next
sir.
for you?
Oh man, we grinding. We still promoting the album. You know, I got a new album available everywhere you can get music. The Stimulus Package 2.
Yep.
My single Ringin' featuring Jadakiss. I just did the remix. I got Beanie Siegel. I got Raekwon the Chef, and I got Ghostface on that.
Spitters.
And tomorrow we're performing at SOB's. Myself, Memphis Bleak, Graph, and Petey Crack. We're gonna be performing live our new record, Rockefeller Chain. So
I don't know if SOBs is big enough for all that.
man, listen, they gonna be outside. It's gonna be crazy.
That's gonna be crazy.
Be around the block
I might have to get my nephew. We might have to roll up in there
for sure.
All right, Freeway. Thank you for coming through, man.